The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, let's talk about one of the most, in my opinion, entertaining matchups of the year. You know, this is a fight that was supposed to happen last year in 2020. It's now coming to you live and direct in 2021. They're saying February 20th is the date. The bubble, the MGM Grand. We're talking about Oscar Valdez. We're talking about Miguel Berchelt. ESPN is the network. So what a matchup. What a matchup. You know, when we talk about Valdez and Berchelt, these are two of the best offensive fighters at 130 pounds. These are two fighters that have built their names in boxing and built their reputations in boxing off of being in entertaining, TV-friendly type of fights. And obviously, they've won the lion's share of those fights. You know, let's start with Berchelt. You know, we talk about Berchelt, we're talking about one of the longest reigning champions in the sport, whether you know it or not. You know, this is a guy that's held the title, held the WBC super featherweight title ever since he beat Francisco Vargas in their first fight in 2017. So we're talking about a guy that's made 6 title defenses since then. He's beaten the likes of Takashi Miura. He's beaten Vargas again. He's beaten Miguel Roman, you know, the veteran. He beat Jason Sosa. So this is a guy that's got some good names on his resume. You know, he's someone that people are linking. They're linking his name very heavily to a Shakur Stevenson fight because people want to see Shakur Stevenson tested. People want to see if Shakur Stevenson is actually what people think he is. Because there's some people out there like Buddy McGirt. You know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a separate video. There's some people like Buddy McGirt that think Shakur Stevenson is a protected fighter and that he must be tested. And they look at Berchelt as the kind of fighter that can give him that test at 130 pounds. So, you know, a lot's at stake here for Berchelt to keep the title defense streak going. And not even just that, it's a battle of pride. You know, I know Valdez is a Mexican-American. Berchelt's just straight Mexican. But, you know, Mexican pride is on the line here, okay? We're talking about two guys that are very proud of their Mexican heritage. You know, from the Valdez side of things, this is a guy who, in my opinion, from my perspective, he's had a very interesting career, Oscar Valdez. You know, if we go back to Oscar Valdez's early stage of his career, this guy was routinely, and when I say routinely, I mean routinely getting into wars. It seemed like every fight that he was in for a long time was a candidate for Fight of the Year. You know, his fights against Mariaga was a war. His fight against you know, Genesis Cervania was a war. The Scott Quigg fight, I mean, that was one of the best fights of 2018. That was a war. And it got to a point where he was in so many wars as a fighter that he had to try to become a little bit more of a boxer. You know, get those nuanced skills, those technical skills a bit more polished up. And that's what he's done. He's still the same Oscar Valdez. He still can mix it up. He can still go to toe-to-toe, but he's not doing it as often because he's got to preserve himself just a little bit. You know, and that's what he's shown in those last 3 fights against guys like Jason Sanchez, Adam Blue Nose Lopez, who gave him a good fight, and also Jason Velez. But he's still a guy that if he hurts you, if you allow him to land punches on you, heavy shots on you, the Valdez of old will come out and he will finish you. He still has that killer instinct within him. So I'm looking at two fighters who have great offense. They throw lots of punches. They're not afraid to mix it up. They don't have a reputation for being great defensively. So I'm looking at this potentially being one of the fights of the year. You know, and I think from the Valdez side of things, focusing on him a little bit, from the Oscar Valdez side of things, I think this is his chance to really put his flag in the ground and have that signature fight. You know, Berchelt's a bit older than Valdez. I think Berchelt, what's Berchelt right now? Berchelt's pushing about what? Oh, he's 29. Berchelt's 29, but he's got 37 fights. Valdez is probably a little younger. How old is Valdez? Valdez is, he's not. He's 30 years old, but he's got less fights, and I think he's had less meaningful fights, in my humble opinion. He's had less meaningful fights than Berchelt. Berchelt has kind of had those signature fights already. He's had his moment in the sun against Vargas and Miura and those kind of guys. But for Valdez, this is a guy that, you know, I feel like he's had very, very fun fights, but he's still someone to me that lacks that true defining fight. And I think for him, this could be it. This could truly be it. And Berchelt's the kind of guy that I believe can bring out the best in Oscar Valdez. You know, Berchelt's a fighter that's not going to quit. Berchelt's a fighter that's going to throw 5, 6, 7 punches. Berchelt, if you made a list of the top 5 to 10 best offensive fighters in the sport, Berchelt would be on there, and he'd be pretty high up on that list. So it's a tall task for Valdez, and you know how great it is as a fighter when you can go through trials and tribulations in your career, and you can meet a fighter, meet some opposition that's gonna bring some adversity out of you, because bring some adversity your way, because when somebody brings adversity your way, that's your chance to prove how great you are. And we're gonna see how great Oscar Valdez is on the night. Is he just a guy that was a solid champion at 126, and you know, got a couple decent wins against some fringe contenders at 130, or is he someone that can be reckoned with? Can he be someone that fights in the upper echelon of 130 for a long time? The Berchelt fight is his first true test, and for Berchelt, you know, look, this could be a signature fight for him too. I mean, I know he's 29 years old. He's got 37 or 38 fights. Valdez is probably one of the best fighters he's fought in a long time. I mean, look at his last couple of fights. He fought Eliezer Valenzuela. That was a no contest. Jason Sosa. I mean, he was coming off. He wasn't that far removed from a couple of losses. Vargas was at the end of his career. You know, I think this is probably the best fighter he's fought. Truthfully speaking, I think this might be the best fighter that Berchelt's fought since maybe Takashi Miura. So even for him, I think for him this is a chance to really, even for himself, a signature fight. And if both fighters fight to the best of their abilities, I feel like this could be one of the fights of the year. You know, and I'm looking forward to it. And then the winner of this fight, hopefully, you know, it should be an easy fight to make. They got to go come see Shakur Stevenson, because we have to get some answers as to how good Shakur Stevenson actually is, because, you know, they're putting him in there with like the Joet Gonzalez's and the Toka Khan Clays and the guys at that level, but those kind of fighters aren't going to give us the answers that we need about Shakur Stevenson. Because I'll be honest with you, they've been matching him real good, Top Rank. They've been matching him real good, but they haven't. I don't want to say they're stagnating his career, but they're getting close to the point where I feel like if he don't start fighting some better people, they're going to be stagnating his career. But those guys are Top Rank's the best at moving young fighters. So, you know, I'm sure Brad Goodman and Bruce Trampler and the fine folks over there have a good plan for Shakur Stevenson. But it's getting to that point, and the 11th hour is here. Shakur got to fight someone, so hopefully he fights the winner of this fight, and then we can see how Shakur Stevenson handles fighters in that upper echelon at 130 pounds. But that's my little perspective on Valdez versus Berchelt. You know, a good fight between two Azteca warriors that I'm sure are going to go out there and give it their best efforts. I'm favoring Berchelt. I just think Valdez's defense is too leaky, and I think Berchelt's a bit stronger and a bit more sturdy at this weight class. But, you know, crazier things have happened. We'll see. Best of luck to both fighters. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who are you favoring between Valdez and Berchelt? I'd love to know in the comments down below. So let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so YouTube can stop hating on me. And like I say at every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.